I don't think there's a woman alive who hasn't felt like an orphan in a room full of men once or twice in her life. You never forget those feelings. Never. On good days, I'm so full of hopes and dreams. I think the thing that I think about the most is I still want to have my own little place where I can have my own gardens. I dream of that every single day. My own garden, my own flowers, my own land. A man just caught me talking to myself in the mirror. How embarrassing. And I wonder why I'm single. Everybody, I'm so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. We love it that you do that. So I hope you had a great week. I had a good week, and I hope you did too. And I wanted to thank you so much for your beautiful, insightful comments last week on my video about aging. And you know, when I said that aging is a lot, it feels like we're running out of time and we're waiting for a train that just never seems to come. And so many of you related to that and told me your own version of feeling like you're running out of time. And it was so moving, and it meant so much to me because I don't feel so alone now in those feelings. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for sharing your life with me. Well, tonight I have a dinner date with an old flame. I've had 5 different outfits on. I don't know. This kind of feels like old lady to me, but I don't know. I love this jacket, and I never wear necklaces, but like, so send up a balloon. I wore a necklace tonight. Would Jackie Kennedy wear? No, I'm not going there. Anyway, so I debated. I wore my hair up, so I don't know. I mean, he's a wonderful guy. He's a wonderful drummer, actually, and I don't know. I'm just babbling now. So anyway, wish me luck. It's just dinner and a movie. Okay, so I wanted today to talk about a foundation that is sweeping YouTube. And I love foundations. I try like one a month for us, and this one has caused such a sensation that I had to try it out. And it is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. Not just Healthy Foundation, but the THE Foundation. So this is very, very interesting. Look at this bottle. This is like Dior. So this is an absolutely beautiful bottle. It is a doe foot applicator. This is SPF 20. It comes in 12 shades. It retails for about $14, and they claim it has a satin finish. I did not find it to be a satin finish, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But first off, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my age and my skin. I am 63. I do not have oily skin or dry skin. My skin is perfectly in balance. I know it's a miracle, but it just is. It's normal. So I'm not dealing with any flaking or dry patches on my skin. I don't have a great deal of age spots. I do have some redness in my cheeks that have popped up this last year. So the reason, what I'm looking for in a foundation is something that is going to even my skin tone, help me look more illuminated and finished. You know, I have found that foundations that have alcohol in them actually do have a tendency to dry on my face and make my face feel very stiff and uncomfortable. But this foundation does not contain alcohol. It has sunflower oil, it has kernel oil, it has retinol palmitate in it, and it has a fruit extract called xxoo. Say that 3 times fast. But if xxoo sounds a little bit familiar, that is an ingredient that I think you're going to be hearing quite a bit about in the coming years. It's a fruit extract that is very, it's like a tightening agent. So when we are using a makeup that has xxoo in it, I can't say that without laughing, it has a tendency to firm our face. And if you're familiar with the company Philosophy, Hope in a Jar, they also use xxoo. I'm never going to be able to say that without laughing. Okay, but anyway, they use that ingredient and they use it for A, brightening, and B, firmness. And it is accumulative. So in other words, the longer, supposedly this is the claims, that the longer I wear this makeup, the firmer my face will be, the more bright I will be. So it has kind of a healthy goal in mind. Now, whether that's true or not, I wouldn't know because I've only been using this for a week. But those are the claims, and I wanted to make sure that you knew about that. Now, this is the doe foot of the Shape Tape. And I just wanted to show you the difference in size. This doe foot is a little bit bigger. It needs to be bigger because of the xxoo. I found this makeup applied like a dream. And you know, I always use an illuminating primer under every foundation that I use. I love to look natural and I love to glow through my foundations. I love medium coverage, so this makeup just went on like a dream. Just one dip did my whole face. But it wasn't too heavy, and I loved how it interacted with my primer. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I tried applying this makeup with my fingers, with a beauty blender and a brush, and by far I loved the brush. There was something about this makeup and a brush. It was just beautiful. And actually, what was so cool is I kind of used this because it reminds me of the Shape Tape so much. I used this as my concealer too. So I had a great deal of continuity with this makeup, and it felt so lightweight. So I have loved using this foundation, and I think the 3 things that I love the most about this foundation is the color of it. When you get your shade, it's as if somebody just made a custom color for you with foundation. So I absolutely love how it blends with my skin, and it makes my skin and my makeup look like just one, like it's perfectly blended. And the second thing that I love about it so much is the brightness. It's just, without, you know, highlighter and without a baked blushes or any, with it just being on my skin, it just feels so clean and so bright, not oxidizing, not finding my fine lines or pores, not embarrassing me if the sun is beating down on my face. But the third thing I love about it so much is the wear time. And not only it's the longest wearing makeup I have ever used, but not only that, 10 hours later I look in the mirror and I can still see my blush. Now that has never happened to me ever, because there's something about when I use a blush over my foundation. It seems like my foundation and the chemicals just kind of grab my blush and whoop, no blush. But not with this foundation. This foundation holds my blush. It holds my contour. I do not powder with this foundation. I use a finishing spray, of course, and rose water, but I do not use a powder. I don't have to use a powder with this foundation. If someone asked me, why are people going so crazy for this foundation? I guess I would just have to say the brightness and the kind of firmness that you feel when you're wearing it, but it's not uncomfortable. And you know, I did want to mention, and I have heard this before in other reviews, but when you're around your friends and your family, all of a sudden they'll say like, wow, what are you wearing? You know, your skin looks so pretty. Or wow, did you switch foundations? It looks so anyway, it seems to be a real hit when people see it in person. So there's that. A lot of things went wrong when I was growing up. My grandfather died when I was 10. It was just me and my mom, and she had a heck of a time raising a teenage girl. I think I was expelled from high school, I don't know, a couple times. I was a wild one. I really was. One of my very best girlfriends called me up last night. She's going through a really bad breakup, and she said she cried herself to sleep the last 3 nights. She asked me if I'd ever done that, if I'd ever cried myself to sleep, and I honestly could not remember a time where I ever did. I don't know why. Month is my 3-year anniversary on YouTube, and I can't believe it's been 3 years. The first year I was so excited, and in the second year I was so humbled, and I felt like such a weight and a responsibility, and now year 3, I just feel like I'm at a crossroads. I feel so many things, and I feel that there's so many possibilities of different ways my channel could go and how we all could go. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I want to work out, and I think some of it was, you know, because I've been trying to do 2 videos a week, and at first it was okay, but then I sort of realized, you know, wow, 1 video takes a lot out of me, and you probably knew that, and I didn't. But yeah, it's so much my life and my feelings and my thought process, and if I'm not filming, I'm thinking about, oh, I should tell this story this way. So I didn't quite realize I didn't quite realize what I do. But I still think that I can do a couple videos a week. I just I gotta work it out and rearrange some things. My 3-year anniversary video is coming up, and I'm gonna have a giveaway, and I want to make sure that you know that I'm going to answer questions. So if you have any questions for me, just drop them in the comments below. Ask me a question on Instagram or Facebook, but I will answer as many of them as I possibly can, and they can be as wild as you want. Sort of. It seems only fair that I have 3 questions for you. And the first question is, what city are you in right now? And number 2, how did you find me? How did you find my channel? And number 3, is there anything that you would like to see me tackle on this channel? Is there any issues or topics that you would like me to talk about? Or maybe there's a series of videos you'd like me to do on something? But feel free to just, you know, just brainstorm. Is there something that you truly like to see on this channel that you're not seeing? And be kind. But anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, I will never forget the first time that I realized how important you were and how comforting you all were to me. And I remember the first time I sat down and I turned the camera on and I just started talking. And the more I talked, the better I felt. And the more connected I felt. The more connected I felt to you, to the world, and to myself. And I guess, that's what I would say to people who are just starting out on YouTube or who have been on YouTube for years and years is if you ever get to the point where you sit down and you start talking and you don't feel any magic or any connection or any comfort, take a break. Just take a break. Walk away. Just take a break for a few weeks and come on back. Let that spark come back. Yeah. Because it's the spark that will get you through. And that's true, I think, with subscribers, my friends also, sometimes you got to take a break. So anyway, with that, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Wait a minute. Desi, let's get Desi. I got a date tonight. Desi doesn't like date nights. Did you have a good time today? He had a good time. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us today. Have yourself a wonderful brand new week, and when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? Okay, it's a deal. We ain't got a bear